Hello, everybody. I'm immigration lawyer John Khosravi. Thank you for joining us for our pop-up episode that we do pretty frequently nowadays about U.S. immigration, taking your questions live. This is different from our regular Tuesday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern live chats that we have. We're half an hour to take your questions. You know I'm going to be here. We guys can be ready for that. But we're doing more of these pop-ups because we just get so many requests and comments and stuff. So it's a great way to get in there. All the information is intended for general education only, not intended for individual legal guidance. We just take your questions, general kind of stuff. Don't ask about timelines. I'm going to stop answering any questions about timelines. And just, it is the way it is. But we're live here. I got to not yell, so I could preserve the voice for the next half an hour, 30 minutes, 1 hour. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn. No LinkedIn right now. LinkedIn was tip Tuesdays. Twitter, you can't do it anymore unless you're premium. But Instagram and TikTok. And so if you want more chances of your question being answered, join us on the YouTube page, U.S. Immigration Talk or JQK Law, because it's easier to keep track. TikTok is just too hard. So many questions being asked. In addition to that, what was I going to say? So you ask questions there or some other thing. Oh, yeah. Download our guide. We have the Ultimate Marriage Green Card Guide for those going through the marriage immigration process, fiance visas, one of our key focuses that our firm focuses. And so you can download that guide at marriageimmigrationlaw.com. That's marriageimmigrationlaw.com. So you guys, learn a lot about the marriage process. I spoke with somebody yesterday who downloaded the guide and we called them. Because when you download the guide, you put your phone number in 2.5 times, I'll call you. But it doesn't always happen, but we could. And she's like, I just started reading the guide and I'm like, oh my God, this explains everything. I'm like, yeah, it's good. And it's in talking. We're having a consult tomorrow, but it's a good guide. Go to marriageimmigrationlaw.com, see for yourself. Even if you don't have a marriage green card case, check it out. You'll be surprised. Like, wow, this attorney's really hooking it up. Because our job is to help the community. And if we make some business out of the side too, that's all dandy. Number one is the job for professional services, doctors, lawyers, engineers, is to serve the community. That's what we're here for. So as we wait questions coming, we got some more guidance on the Parole in Place program, the special Biden executive order for spouses of U.S. citizens who have been in the United States for over 10 years and were married before June 2024. If they didn't enter with permission, they could do what's called Parole in Place and forego having to do the complex and expensive I-601A process. We don't know how it's going to play out exactly, but it's a new program. It's going to stay under Trump or not. But as it is, you give it a shot right now, see what happens. User 8 says, hey, here, I'm 3 months now. I'm dating a girl. I think she's the one. Can we get married now? If you get married, I can't tell you what you could do or can't do because I'm not talking with you in person. But if you do get married and the rest of your case is appropriate, you may be able to file a green card. But whether you get married now, it's this larger conversation of like where you live, if you've been married before, if the marriage is real or not. Only do real marriages and all that kind of stuff. The financial situation that she has good. Is she willing to sponsor you? Do you have relationship history enough that can really document it? What is your background? Do you have arrest history, criminal history, immigration violations, false claim to citizenship? Have you been a member of any particular military groups or rebel groups? It's all this kind of stuff. Usually people don't have rebel groups, but from Iran, for example, you might have been part of the military. One section of it is considered a terrorist organization now in the last 5 years. And so people who 30 years ago were part of it are getting hit with it now. So we have to do a lot of analysis to see what's going on. Mirna says 5 years plus. I'm not sure, but that's no reference or context for that. Mirna says, I'm a biomedical engineer, but no work experience. Would I be eligible to self-petition? Depends. I mean, if you're in biomedical engineer, you might have been to school and done some scientific stuff. You might have got some grants you worked on, some companies you could worked on. Without knowing more about you, it's just too out of the blue to say whether you could do something or can't do. It'd be inappropriate for me to say yes or no. Israel Guardo says, any info on Heartland visa? No, it's unless something actually becomes law, they just ignore it. These rumors of laws and stuff are a waste of time. Sonny says, my EAD, this shirt's not good. I can't even see the questions on here. Okay, how should I do it so I can see it better? I don't want to look down the YouTube. What's the best way? Man, I should have put the camera down. Okay, well, let's do what we do. How should I do this? Let's go to Instagram really quick and see what questions they have there. Boreas says, does my husband need to be present at the citizenship interview when I become a U.S. citizen after 3 years of marriage? Would have to go alone. If you have a removal of conditions from I-751 pending, it's better your husband comes if it's still pending, but that's that. Jessel says, what if I accidentally use my maiden name in my form I-693 instead of my married name? It's not the biggest deal because you have documentation of both names, so usually it's not a big deal. USCIS will tell you. My EAD I-130 approved, but travel document I-130 still pending, been 10 months. Why? Because the government takes a while to do stuff. Is the Iraq embassy not taking interviews at the moment? I haven't dealt with the U.S. embassy in Iraq recently, so I don't know. Check their website out. Except for anyone, a regular says, hey, do I have to do a medical for my green card? What's after the medical? Almost on my green card. You do have to do a medical checkup for your green card. What's afterward is, potentially you might need more documents, potentially an approval, a denial, an interview. It could be a wide variety of stuff. Highly Favored says, when do you get the receipts after you filed for naturalization by mail? Probably a week or two after, they get the case, but, the government is not consistent. So sometimes it takes longer. Recently, some things have been taking longer than normal. Can you see I'm holding the phone? Okay, so we're like, what are you asking? Let's see. Man, why is my setup so bad? It wasn't like this yesterday. I guess better sit down. And should I change it? It's going to be such a headache to change the setup right now. Okay, whatever. It's a pop-up. Let's do it. All right. Pooja says, hard to get approved for global entry. That's up to CBP. Not really, but depends on your background. Latoya says, hi, can you file for your daughter on a green card? She is 22. If you have a green card, you can file for children above 21. If they're unmarried, it's going to take like 5 or 7 years. And, there's other stuff. Make sure they have the ability to get a green card. They don't have violations or something like that. Ozzy says, wife's I-130 is approved last week and sent to embassy this week. How long will the welcome letter take? 2 days to 3 months. Daryl Carr says, I have filled out the form for a visa for my mom, and USA decided to accept it, and they still haven't. I don't know which form because I'm not sure which form he filled out, but they accepted. I don't know what's going on. Kiki says, 2 weeks ago, my I-130 got approved. I-485 still pending. Adjustment status. How much longer? I don't know. It's just however much they take. Ada says, how many times can you reschedule biometrics? There's no, maybe once or twice, but just this discretion. My status 220. Can I marry green card girls? Can I get green card? I'm not sure. Your status 220 doesn't make any sense to me. Is it risky to file for asylum now Trump's elected? If you have a good asylum case, you have a good asylum case. And Trump hasn't been elected, so I'm not. The election's in November. Even if you won, it wouldn't be January. But if you have a good asylum case, you have a good asylum case. So it is what it is. Billie Jean, do you think they will change the registry year for anytime soon? No, it's not up to me. Heaven Thomas, I have an alien inadmissibility under 212. Can I be turned? Well, INA Section 212 has 10 different sections. Each of the sections have 2 to 5 different subsections. So when you tell me you have inadmissibility under 212, there's 50 different ways that you have inadmissibility. And that's why you should schedule a private consultation. Sonny says, how long does it take to get a travel document? Married U.S. citizen, enter legally. 3 months after filing, a year after filing, Kiki, is it safe to travel with a combo card? Is it safe to get in a car and not get hit, outside? I can't verify something like that. I don't know if you're a good driver. I don't know if you're a bad driver. I don't know if you have history of hitting people in the car, and whatever the equivalent is for immigration. So that's that. IOP says, enter with the visa and seeking asylum is legal or illegal. People on visitor visas can file asylum generally, yeah. Israel, parole in place will help I-601A waiver. What about 601A help in the future? So the parole in place will essentially substitute the I-601A waiver, but the 601 waiver is still necessary because that's regarding fraud and stuff. But it will potentially prevent you having to go to the embassy to do it. That's the big deal. Okay, can I file for my grandson a green card? He's 3. If you file for their parent, and the parents, that's possible, and the child comes under it, but it's going to take a while. Explain the I-693. We'll have a detailed video of everything you need to know about the I-693 on YouTube. So type in JQK Law I-693. But essentially, it's a medical checkup to see if you have tuberculosis, gonorrhea, or syphilis, if you have any medical issues that are serious, drug problems that are serious, the review that you did vaccines, health conditions, all that kind of stuff. And that's a review. JJ says, had my interview 100 days ago. Officer told me to mail something. Nothing happened. Yeah, that's just wait. Or I don't know. I don't know if they had a case, but yeah. Colin says, how long does it take an interview? It could be any amount of time. So all these questions about how long till this happens, how long this happened, how long are they going to respond? It's such a wide way of it happening. So I don't want to answer those questions. Should I wait for F2B or should I go to F1A marry green card? That's a personal decision. I have to know more about your relationship. That's way too personal to me to answer at some public forum like this. RN. So schedule a private consultation. Go to jqqlaw.com/contact. jqqlaw.com/contact, and download our guide, marriageimmigrationlaw.com, that'll help you learn about the process for marriage cases. MSC, if my dad was a citizen before I was 18, will I automatically be a citizen also? No. To be automatically a citizen, your dad should have been a citizen before you're born, And also, he has to be physically in the U.S. for 5 years to a which above the age of 14. But if you became a citizen after you were born, he needs to file for your green card and do all that kind of stuff. I-90, 30 months ago, what to do? Yeah, the government's backed up. That's pretty crazy. 30 months for I-90 green card renewal. Have to just contact them. Does speeding ticket affect your green card? Not really, unless you got a lot of them, or unless you're hitting people constantly or being reckless. Do you offer consultations? We do. Go to our website, jqqlaw.com/consultation/contact, Sapphire, and fill out the form so I know what kind of case it is. So we don't handle every type of case, and then we could give you an answer of like, okay, how much the consult is, and if we even do it. How long does it take to get a letter back from? Okay, so VZB says, how long does it take to get a letter back from USCIS in the I-751? This is an important question because USCIS has, for many cases, not been sending out the receipt for the I-751 after the case was submitted. And we've been fighting this for months now. And all of a sudden, yesterday, a bunch of cases started getting receipt notices. So it's a big failure on the government not issuing receipts, which is very bad because on the I-751 removal conditions, to make a 2-year green card to 10-year green card, the process, you need that because you need it for travel, you need it for work authorization, you need it to renew your driver's license. And when they don't send it, it makes a disaster for your life. And that's just what the government's here to do. So that's that. Bamba says, where are you located? I'm in Los Angeles, but our location does not matter. Everything we do is by mail, email, phone call, and digital and stuff like that. So location doesn't matter. Visa got April 1st. Yeah, so that's the situation there. Hashi said we answered that. If my notice of intent to revoke I-130 approved again, will they send it back to the same embassy or can I change the embassy? The embassy location is based on where you're residing in. Harris asks, what are the ongoing processing times for I-240 to follow the join? 3 months to 25 months or 2 years. Plus for follow the join, you got to make sure the case is still current. We have some backlogs and stuff like that, retrogression. Please, I'm a C1D seafarer. I'm filing on my green card through marriage. Will they give me? We got to check it out. Typically, if you're on certain like visa, like a transit visa or a seafarer kind of thing, you're not allowed to do adjustment of status unless there's an exception. So you don't submit anything until you consult with an immigration attorney. It can be disastrous for you. Faison, you're welcome. And Faison, my I-485 showing 3 months. Who knows about processing times? I entered illegally. I'm married. I didn't seek asylum. What will happen? I don't know. We got to see what's going on in your background if there's an exception for you. Would you recommend sending adjustment package without physical, waiting on results, and sending after? I can't recommend. It's up to you if you want to do, but I can't recommend stuff to people that are not my clients. C user, finally, good afternoon. Good to see you, C user. You made it. So let us know if you have any questions. Let's go to Instagram really quick. Thank you for joining there. All right. So Blue Sage, mother is getting her citizenship and working on it for 3 years. Does it normally take that long? No, but you may be mistaking citizenship for green card. A lot of people call it citizenship as really a green card. Citizenship shouldn't take 3 years, but green cards can, depending on what it is. How to get the Ankara embassy respond over email? Yeah, they don't respond. It's been a couple of years now. I've been like that. Trisha, my fiance went to the interview, needed more documents. Now stays ready to have a passport, and then follow the instructions. Can I get a green card at the interview? If they don't want to schedule an interview, yeah, so you can. My husband lives out of the country. Will he need the original marriage certificate for interview? Yes. Processing time for TN visas. Well, for Canadians, you could just do it at the border. On the U.S., you do premium processing. For Mexicans, unfortunately, it just depends on when the consul you're dealing with has an appointment time. They're kind of backed up. Noble says, hey, hello, I'm married U.S. citizen. Can I adjust my status with parole under 212D5 received at the border from ICE, but they didn't give me an I-9 form, not a removal? Probably. I've asked that question a lot. I've never handled that case myself, Noble ET. Some lawyers say yes. Some lawyers say I'm not sure, which I'm one of them. I'm not sure because I don't usually deal with those cases. But sorry, I don't have a better answer for you. Probably yes, but I can't say for sure. I haven't submitted it. Hello, I can't find my I-94 on the website. I went to CB deferred site, but they couldn't help. Well, you got to document your entry in some other ways then. Chandra says, and my daughter paid for me and my husband green card 9 months and can get it yet? I don't know. I may have to wait. I don't know what's going on with your case. I can't say. If someone has dyslexia diagnosis, will that help a citizenship test? Not really. I mean, the reading portion, if there's any, is really simple. So I don't know. I doubt it. Hello, I can't find my I-90. Okay, answer that. Is TPS a legal status? Well, the name TPS is temporary protected status. So I think so, but the courts have, and in the statute, it says a status, but the courts have not interpreted a status many times. So it's this hybrid, and it's status when they want it to be, and when they don't want it to be, it's not. It's really annoying. Do you speak Farsi? I do. Hello, answer. Parents just got their green cards. How long would it take for me to get it under 21 and unmarried? Like a while. F2A is taking like 5 years right now. You mentioned me. Thank you. You're welcome, Faiza. Nifu, hello. I'll answer that question. All right, we get a lot of repeat questions. You're going to start getting muted if you repeat it multiple times. Like Nifiju, you're going to get muted. Answered your question. What do you want me to do? Schedule a consultation. But you can't fill out the feed right here, man. It's hard to keep track of what's going on. Parents, okay. Processing times, success rate. The idea of people asking for success rates is not a good way to look at it. Every case is different. If you have a good case, you have a good case. If there's a bad case, or it is bad luck. But success rate is just not a realistic, because like the TN visa is this category. If you're Mexican or if you're Canadian, certain job categories come to US. And so some job categories have like almost always approvals if it's good. Some of them, like manager consultant, are lower. They don't release these statistics, so no one actually knows what the success rate. The government even doesn't even know what the success rate is. Having said that, if you have a good case, you have a good case. If you have a good officer, you got a good officer. And if you have some officer that wants to deny, you got to deny. So the success rate mentality for immigration is completely like a bad way to think about it in all ways. Heli, I mean, it might be 1% of the time there's something valid. Ashkar, is it allowed for a spouse on a tourist visa to apply for adjustment of status? If I have green card, we got married 2 years, the green card's approved. It's allowed, but potentially get you for immigrant intent fraud if they think that you came. So you got to see what's going on. We got to analyze your background, why you came and visited, all that kind of stuff. Good to see you, Jen. Noble ET, question for a friend. My I-765 employment authorization based on marriage, pending 7 months. Is that normal? There's no normal in immigration. How will I get the original marriage certificate to here? I'm in America to him. You mail it to him or you visit him or something like that. All right. Is TPS legal status? Again, we're going to start. If you ask the question multiple times on TikTok, we're going to mute you, so it won't overwhelm like the question area. Ahmada says, married a U.S. citizen. How long does it take for I-131 to be approved? 9 months, maybe longer. Then I just received or 2 months, maybe 9 months. I just received my mail saying action has been taken on my account. Check, nothing's changed. Yeah, government just says that stuff and nothing happens. It's very annoying. Lester, hello. Just want to ask, EB3, our priority is current. When do you think our priority will go through? I have no idea. That's up to God. Pakistan cancel our citizen for asylum seeker. So where does it have to go for an immigrant visa interview? I'm not sure what you mean. If you have an immigrant visa interview in Pakistan, go to the embassy. I'm not sure what they canceled. Demetrius, parents just got their green card. We answer that question. How long will it take? It's going to take like 5 years probably, or maybe long. Who knows? Shriya says, I'm 21, trying to get married in Nepal with my boyfriend. I'm a U.S. citizen. Do I need income to apply for green card? Well, you do, or you need to get a joint sponsor. Shriya, download our guide, The Ultimate Marriage Green Card Guide at marriageimmigrationlaw.com. Eventually, there's going to need to be a sponsor, a U.S. living sponsor. And you're going to have to move to the U.S. too. But there's a long story. I've had no case from Nepal, so I've experienced there. But schedule a consultation. Go to download the guide, marriageimmigrationlaw.com to download our 40-plus page guide. And then schedule time, jqqlaw.com/contact for a scheduling consultation. Okay, so we have submitted our 618. What now? Thank you. You wait for a decision on it. MVC accepted all my documents. How long for interview? It varies dramatically. So C1D cannot adjust status. Most of the time, they can't unless there's some sort of exception. Mo, I came as parole and didn't apply for asylum. I applied for a green card. What do you think? I don't know. I don't know what you applied your green card based on. And I haven't reviewed your adjustment of status application. How long does it take for U.S. citizen sister to sponsor brother for residence? It's going to take like 15, 20 years probably. Shelly, in removal proceedings, when can my spouse file for my green card? Immediately to get it started, but you need to consult the attorney as soon as possible because I don't know if you can get a green card. I know your background. Are we going to have a problem illegal immigrant if Donald Trump wins the election? I don't know. I can't tell the future. So we submit our I-618. Now what? Thank you. I'm natural citizen helping my husband. Well, Jessica, if your husband's been in the U.S. for 10 years, you can just throw away the 618 and use the Biden's parole program. But if you can't go under it, he hasn't been here long enough or something, then you wait for the 618 to get approved and you do constant processing. Advanced parole, can you go travel? Well, it's intended for travel. Whether it's a good idea or not depends on your background, your risk tolerance. Anu says, can I adjust status inside the U.S. I'm husband's citizen? I'm here on visa here. Probably, Anu, but I need more information. Download our guide, marriageimmigrationlaw.com. Your answer will probably be in there, but best to schedule a private consultation. After reviewing the guide, go to jqqlaw.com/contact and schedule time. Chris, if one has been deported 20 years ago, how difficult would it be to get a green card? it's not difficult or not difficult. We got to see if you're allowed to do it and you go through the steps. The difficulty is how long it potentially may take and the cost. Jay just says, I have a quick question. I already got my husband the permanent green card. What's the next step? Well, if it's a 10-year green card, next step from apply for citizenship if he wants to do that. If it's a 2-year green card, you got to remove all conditions. Let's go check on YouTube really quick. See, user Tony Kasravi, for the affiliate support, is there a limit on the number of co-sponsors that you can have? Will they augment your income? They won't augment your income. So they could potentially, if you have a lot of people that are in the family, some of them could be covered by the joint sponsor, but essentially it's not augmenting income. It's more individually. How long does it take to get an interview in Montreal? 6 months, a year and a half, 2 years. I'm an accountant by profession, but studies in science. Will I be able to TN visa? I have 8 years experience. Well, if you get if you're working in a job in the US that's based on your degree and the job is listed on the TN list, then you could get that. But I don't know what kind of, I haven't saw your resume. I haven't seen your degree. I don't know what the job title is that you're going to be working for, what kind of company it is. So I can't really answer that. Cleb says, my former I-130 cost processing saw my for 3 months. Yeah, don't look at timelines. Who knows how long it's going to be. Can I upload my tax transcripts to my online account as unsolicited evidence? You can do whatever you want. Whether it's needed or not, I don't know, because I don't know your case. My 301 has approved. I still need to file for a waiver. I'm not sure what a 301 is. You probably mean I-130, and that's unrelated to a waiver. If you need a waiver, we got to see if you have some sort of admissibility issue. Do you think EB3 will retrograde furthermore? Less, I can't tell the future. It's just, there's no way I can know that. CE Visa says, is a visa waiver adjustment of status process required different for those who come with a visa? It's not different. It's just that it's riskier. So if you came in with a tourist visa, married a U.S. citizen, and filed for a green card, if you get denied, you go to court and challenge it. But if you came on the visa waiver program, you lose the ability to challenge it unless you file the case within 90 days, particularly in the Ninth Circuit, like in West Coast. Now, on the visa waiver program, you're limited as a style of adjustment of status. Only immediate relatives could file for adjustment of status. So you can't come and get a work green card, for example, on the visa waiver. C user says, so a sponsor needs to be clearly above the level what they need for the number of dependents. Yeah, you can have a sponsor that does not meet the financial threshold for number of people. I think the joint sponsor could be partial sponsor for some of the people in the application. I've never done a case like that, never needed to, but there's options for that. And I did a course and I remember reading the rules and I explained it, but I just so often, I never do that, never been needed. So I don't remember off the top of my head. You're welcome, C user. New York, does USCIS have jurisdiction of arriving aliens removal proceedings for I-130s? Yes. Shri, I'm in 21 trying to marry, apply for a boyfriend. I'm a U.S. citizen. Do I need income for green card apply? You will, or need a joint sponsor. Let's see, Instagram questions. How long have I been doing this right now? Get a little sleepy, sorry. 22 minutes. So we'll go for 8 minutes to make a 30-minute show. You didn't answer my question. I did, Mo. Spencer says, how long does it take to get a travel document through TPS? 2 to 8 months. Yama says, do I still need to apply for the waiver? My I-301 is approved. There's no I-301. It's I-130. And I answered your question where I said, I don't know if you need a waiver or not because I don't know your background. And maybe under the parole program that Biden put in place, you might be able to just do it there. So not need a waiver. I don't know. Ida says, my mom's green card is valid, but she's been outside of the U.S. 4 years. She's 78 years old. I don't know what the question is. I assume what it is, the absence long. That's a private consultation. I don't want to talk about it public because it's too individual. You need to talk about it. See, thanks, attorney. I was simply looking into a hypothetical case. I had a big family needs co-sponsors. So there are options to have co-sponsors for some of the family members. I just haven't done it before, so I can't remember at the top of my head. It's not something I would do regularly. A partner, if your I-864 I-130 is pending, can we expect the process for a career congressman? You give it a shot. It's probably not going to work, but you give it a shot. Mundar, good to see you. Munder. What's it? Munder, or something like that, right? Sorry, Munder. Hello, boss. Good to see you. My LPR interview on a diversity visa coming to Montreal. I wish I could find a spouse from back home and add them to my case rather than doing this after becoming LPR. Yeah, you want to do that beforehand because filing afterwards is going to take forever. Good to see you. Can someone on welfare file for a spouse? Yes. Can I adjust status inside the U.S.? My husband is a citizen. I'm here on visa. I'm through this process. Yes. Download our guide first, marriageimmigrationlaw.com. Then schedule a consultation, jqqlaw.com/contact. We handle these cases all the time, but we got to know more details and plan it out, strategize. If a woman's life is in danger in Afghanistan, can my uncle be a sponsor? Not really. No. I mean, it might be some extension I don't know about, but probably not. Elizabeth, what's the average cost for getting marriage-based green card? $2,500 to $10,000. And that's without waivers. Thomas, is it a good thing to apply for I-130 I-65 first and wait for more money for I-145? You can't file the I-765 without filing the I-485, and you generally want to file them all together. But it's up to you and your situation. I don't know anything about processing times phase, and I can't talk about processing times. No processing times questions. Hey, I've been here for 16 years now. How can I apply for green card? Any of the problems? I don't know. It's too generalized a question. Probably I sent my papers in 5 weeks and I still haven't received any receipts. Yeah, it's happening with USCIS more and more. Interview date, how long? I don't know. I don't have timelines. What if you're here all your life and you're brought at just a couple months? Is it harder? It's like, it's not harder, easier. You got to see a program that exists. You might have a trafficking claim, for example. If VAWA only option for permanent bar, no, I think U visas get over it too, but there's like small exceptions. Been waiting for 2 years for my I-45 to normal. Who knows what normal is? I'm from Canada and I have a TN visa and I've been working in the US as a nurse. Okay. Hello, is VAWA only option, or answer that? My spousal I-130 is submitted. Can I still travel with my TN? You can. It just gets risky every time you're entering. Can a sponsor spouse never pay taxes? If you have to file taxes, you have to file them. They ask about the last 3 years. I can't manage address proof in a SIDGE case. I don't know what to tell you. We don't do SIG cases. What is a U visa? U visa is a special visa that leads to a green card for people that have been victims of pretty bad crimes. You got to contact the police, have a police order, have to fill out some paperwork. That's that. Filing through VAWA started 22. When I don't know. They're just backed up. I can't talk about timelines or delays. What's better, going through AP, then come back, do AOS, or just wait for the new law? It just depends on your case, your background. Probably new law, but I don't know if that applies to you or not. Do you need an affidavit from family and friend for T visa? No, not necessarily. I mean, maybe your fax may help if there's some extra information they bring. Elizabeth Vargas, schedule a consultation so we can see what's going on with your case. Advanced Pro works, so it's like it's tried and true, but maybe Pro in place would be easier for you. I don't know. I'm not sure how long they're going to take to do that. Christian K, can a work permit holder waiting his green card approval to start flight training? If you got it depends. If you're married to a U.S. citizen, I'd do it. If you're married to a green card holder, I'd want to see if it's considered a violation of your previous status or not. Jen says, John, do you know how long it takes to receive an answer for approval or denial interview? Is it usually instant? No, it's all over the place. It could be immediate. It could be a day or two. It could be months. It's really all over the place. How long does the marriage green card take 2024? I don't know. 2 months, 2 years. Jose, what does it mean when they say it's because, like, look, my average is this year is like 5 months, but we have all these people saying we've been waiting 2 years or 6 months. We haven't got a receipt in 3 months. So inevitably, when I deal with the community so much, I'm like talking to thousands of people every week, literally because of the live shows. When people ask me timelines, I'm constantly seeing people say I'm waiting 5 years for something that should be 3 months. So when people ask how long it takes, it's all over the place. And if you guys read the questions, TikTok, you'll see it more than the other places, but see what other people are saying. They have these problems. So I could say it's 5 months and then it's 10 months. You say, well, John's a liar. Doesn't know what he's talking about. So I'd rather take the hit and say, I don't know, and have people assume that I don't know what I'm doing, which I'm one of the best people in the game at this. But I'd just rather give you an honest answer, which is like, you don't know. Am I going to go outside and it's going to be sunny tomorrow or raining? Look at this. I mean, like, how many people we look at the news every day and say it's going to rain tomorrow, 90% chance of raining, a 99% chance of raining, and it's fully sunny the next day. That's happened my whole life. And if you all read the weather reports, you all know this is true too. So when you're asking me how long, like the visa bulletin, when that's going to move or when you get, it's like, I'm not God. So I know you want to know the dates, but I get asked this so much, it gets pretty annoying for me. Sorry. It really is all over the place. Aparna says, as long as green card financially sound, support my spouse on tours that file, is there enough reason approval? Aparna, I can't give you that guidance, that certainty without knowing more about you. It's much more, unfortunately, it's more complicated than that. All right, so we're gonna call it a day pretty soon. I lost my EAD card. Sorry, got to apply for new ones. It's gonna take forever. All right, so we're just gonna call it a day. Unfortunately, a lot of timeline questions, and that always really like saps the energy from me having to go through those. So we hit 29 minutes. Not bad. We'll call it a day. We're here regularly from Tuesday, 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern, and we do these pop-ups too. So follow us on TikTok, on YouTube, JQK Law or US Immigration Talk. Download our Ultimate Marriage Green Card Guide at marriageimmigrationlaw.com, or just contact us for consultation. Just get down to business, jqqlaw.com/contact. Have a good one.